media has called what's happening in Japan a nuclear crisis. Do you agree with that?
Well, there's a lot of damage to the nuclear plants, and there's a big fight to get them really under control. I mean, they're under pretty decent control as it is. As far as any radiation release is concerned, it's not nearly the hazard that they're making it out to be. I mean, after all, there were about 30,000 people who were killed by the tsunami, and by comparison, this is just nothing from a radiation standpoint.
The Prime Minister has really called for an end to nuclear power in Japan. Is that actually practical?
No, and in fact, they have lost at the present time about 10 nukes. Some of them shut down. They don't really have to be shut down at the present time, as far as I can see, but they're suffering right now from lack of power. And if they shut down more of them, they're going to have more troubles with lack of power. They've lost a lot of their manufacturing capability for automobiles, for example. So no, I think that's an unwise thing to do. I think it's wise to have nuclear power, but better protected from tsunamis and earthquakes.
This seems to have also affected what Germany is thinking about doing, but yet Europe relies heavily on nuclear power. What are they going to do?
Well, Germany has been toying with the idea of shutting off their nukes for some time and replacing it with who knows what, but they really don't really have a plan. The Swedes have also had their, let's call them green concerns about nuclear power that are really quite unfounded. They'll eventually sober up, I think.
What about the U.S.? We're not building any nuclear power plants or anything like that. What are we going to be doing for our future?
Well, for the time being, we're going to be burning a lot of coal and natural gas. Eventually, there will be more nukes, but it's just going to take a lot of time to overcome radiophobia. So it'll take a while.
And do you think that nuclear power is really the best solution for not only the U.S. but the world for power?
Well, it's a fuel that we basically have enough of to last forever. There are concerns that we run out of coal and oil and natural gas. Of course, they're not using oil for electricity. And over the long term, yeah, we will run out of those. We'll never run out of nuclear energy. So if you look far enough ahead, it's a choice between nuclear and sunlight isn't going to do the job. Never has, never will. So
the media doesn't seem to report very positively about the nuclear power industry. Why do you think that is?
That's a good question, because back in the 50s they were rather gung-ho nuclear, and they sort of turned against it for no scientific reason. There was no hazard. Nuclear power has never, the radiation from a nuclear power plant, for example, has never hurt a single individual in the United States, whereas there are thousands who die from various kinds of accidents and smoke and so forth from other power plants. So it's by far the safest, and it's really hard to say why the anti-nuke sentiment came to the fore, but it did.